today something new actually happened to me, and for the first time I actually got some money for going dumpster diving. So the thing is that when I throw food out, it has to get picked up, obviously. And for each, I think it's for each ton that they throw out, they have to pay some fee. So when I came today, they were having they had a truck there that was coming with a new delivery of foods for the supermarket. And one of the guys working there, he was outside. I think it was maybe the boss or something like that, because it's pretty early, like it's 2 p.m. and the young people working there are not there around that time. So when I was done and I was leaving, he came and gave me these 50 Danish crowns, which is like 7 euros, I think, something around that, a bit less than 7 euros. So that's pretty nice. And again, that just shows, like, if any of you are like scared to go because you don't want to get caught, like, if they are open the bins, the people there, they're gonna more than likely be happy for you to go there, because it's a choice that they have made themselves. Because if they don't want you to do it at their place, they're gonna lock the bins because they want you to go in and buy the food in the store instead, which is totally fine. It's their choice to make. So if they don't lock it, 100% just go there and check. And the people, if there's anyone outside, I've never had any problems. And if they say anything, there'll be regulation paper you can find online to show them that it's 100% legal what you're doing. Anyways, let's get to what I found today. It wasn't like that much, but I mean, it's better than nothing. So we found this. This has some broccoli and some different stuff, some salad and stuff in it. I mean, it's not much. You can see that because it was good for the 10th of January, so they threw it out because it went on date. But I know that, like, this here, because it's totally vacuumed, there's no air getting into it, so it takes a while to get bad. When it's open, you can't have it open for too long, but onto that it's gonna be fine. So I found like 2 of these, so they're gonna save me some time, because I actually needed to cut some veggies today for my food tomorrow, but now then I can just use this instead. And also have this chili thing in it. So the calories here is like 98 grams, 98 calories per 100 grams. And this is, how many is this? This thing is like 250, of which there's 200 grams of veggies, which is pretty good just for my lunch. Then we also have some lasagna. Obviously, as you can see, this is veggies lasagna, and I'm not vegetarian, but it's still, I mean, its calories, it probably was it was put down to 25 kroner because it was running out on the date. So it probably was like, I don't know, like 5.5 euros, something like that before that, which is like pretty expensive for like only how many grams of lasagna is this? That's like actually pretty hard to find. I never know how to find this thing on here. Like, I can't be the only one who have problems with this. Like, where the hell is it? I don't know how much is in this, but I would guess it's like half a kilo, I would guess. So the macros here, I mean, they're not like really good, because, as I said, there's no meat in it, so it's not gonna be really high in protein if that's what you want. But it's gonna be calories, so it's 162 calories, 5.7 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbs, obviously that's where the most is, and 7 grams of protein per 100 grams. So not totally bad, and I mean, even as a pre-workout meal, this would be, actually having one of these would be fine. It's probably not like really gonna be going into the blood fast enough to where it would be a really good pre-workout meal. But it's gonna be decent. Like if I had this whole thing, if I can find how much is in this now. Yeah, 350 grams. That's gonna be like 550 something calories around that. And that's gonna be like, well, almost like 25 grams of protein, almost. So I mean that is good for a pre-workout meal. It's it's gonna be like 70 grams carbs, which is almost 1 gram per kilo of body weight. As I'm 90 kilos, like 93, something like that. So this will work definitely fine as a pre-workout meal. Yeah, so I found 2 of those. And that's pretty much it for this time. Just again, man, like I can't believe someone actually gave me money. That's crazy to think about. So I mean, that's just more motivation to keep doing this. Like it's one of the highlights of my day. Because I mean it's just like going on a damn adventure. I mean, just think about it. You can find free food that, like, this is not something I would buy usually because first of all it's damn expensive. Like I don't have the money to buy this, but I get to try out like a whole lot of different foods, and sometimes I find things that I didn't even realize was this good. So I'll actually start buying it every now and then because I realize that, wow, this is something that I like a lot. Anyways, I need to get a nap and then I'll see you before my training. Had a great pre-workout, man. Lots of fruit, lots of these really good dates. I'm starting to try to eat a lot more fruit than I've done before, cutting out all sugar. Kiwis as well. My favorite fruit. My local supermarket was like out of them didn't have them for the last 6 months, and they just got them back like last month, which is like the best thing that happened for Christmas. Today's workout is going to be, to start with, I'm going to work up on pull-ups to a single at RP8, and then I'm going to do auto-regulation stuff after that. Then I have deadlift, just technique on conventional deadlift. Today is 212 and a half kilos for 5 sets of 2, which should be very easy still. And it actually PR. Like I started doing deadlift again over the last 6 weeks. I mean conventional deadlift after having done other variation of hinges for like 1.5 years. And I worked my way up from good mornings, getting very strong at them, then Searcher, Jefferson curls, getting up to 160 with my legs totally locked for 160 kilos for 1 rep, and then I started doing circuit deadlift, and now I'm still doing that once a week, but I've added in conventional deadlifts after getting, I can probably do like 270, but I have no rush. I'm just going to build up slowly, and I'm following this 4-week progression model where I'm doing like the first 3 weeks I'm doing 5 sets of the first 4 weeks I'm doing 5 sets of 3, and I work up like 78%, 80%, 82%, 84%. Then I go back down to 80% and start with 2s and work up to 86%. Then I go back down to 82%, starting at 1s and building up to 88%. After that I'm going to find out what I'm going to be doing. Maybe I'm going to be doing like 5s and 4s and 3s. I'm starting at 78% again, something like that, and building up. So it becomes like a little bit harder, but still not like totally maxing out. Like 88% of like 260 for 3s, that's going to be something like 230, something like that, 231.4 kilos. After that we have some lateral raises done with very good form, arms locked, moving directly out to the side, not 45 degrees forward, but directly out to the side, no swing, just out straight out to the side. My goal here is to eventually get up to 20 reps with 14 kilos before moving up to 16 kilos. So it's starting to get pretty good with these high reps. I mean, moving over 30 pounds for 20 reps is good on lateral raises. But my goal is to be able to do 20 kilos for 20 reps. So yeah, that's what we are working towards. I've never really focused on lateral raises much before like the last 2 months. So I'm excited to see that just how much they are gonna improve when I'm practicing them as much as I'm doing right now, like 2 times a week. They're early in my workout. After the lateral raises, what do we have then? Then I think we have surge or walking lunges. And I gotta say, guys, if you haven't tried that, that's like one of the most crazy exercises you can do. It's so brutal. Like, I know people say that Romanian and Bulgarian split squats are like the hardest thing you can do, or range of motion Bulgarian split squats. But for me, that's too much stability. With the circular walking lunges, when you push them hard with high volume, nothing comes close, man. Nothing at all. They're so hard. Yeah, it's almost like a full body movement because you're holding the bar here in the elbows. So you're doing the lunges, but then you also have to avoid falling forward. There's so many things you have to be aware of. And compared to doing walking lunges with the barbell on the back, you can easily let go of this. Like, it's hard when you get tired in a walking lunge, you get stuck at the bottom almost in with a bar on the back. Like, how do you tilt yourself back then? With this, you just gotta drop yourself forward if you push a little bit up. So that's like one of the things that's also good about that. For me, I can push myself to the point where I'm almost dying on that. And then as the last thing of the day, we obviously have more triceps, and the goal is to try to beat some of our old numbers on that. So let's get to the gym. Just wrapping up the day here with a, what do you call this, like a protein bar, actually the protein ice bar. Usually I'm not a fan of these like things where you put extra protein in. I prefer just to get my protein from like whole sources like meat, eggs, milk, but these are actually really good. And I also just want to get in a few extra calories. So in this we have about like 125 calories, actually a little bit more, like 150 calories, close to that. Anyways, today training, I could already feel in the beginning that I was tired. The top single I did at RP8 with 45, that actually felt good. I definitely could have done 3 there for sure. Probably not more than 3, so it was right where it needed to be. Then I did some back offsets with 25 kilo fives with that, and those was not the best. Then I had the deadlift that I said I would hope would be very comfortable, and it wasn't as easy as I wanted them, and that was kind of expected because I had the surgery deadlift that I pushed hard 3 days ago, so that's probably still gonna have me tired. And then I had the pause front squats yesterday, and I had some tiredness in my back when I woke up this morning, like really bothered me, which got better throughout the day, but it just goes to show that I'm nowhere near recovered fully for this. But yeah, this is like the hard week for my deadlifts. It's offset a little bit from my other stuff, so it's every fourth week that it is gonna be hard. So this was the hardest week. So now we have some easier weeks, which is gonna come in very handy for me. So I can push better numbers in the squats also as well, while my back gets to recover a little bit. I still have to figure out for Saturday if I'm gonna push the squat. Maybe it's gonna be a good idea to just do some really easy work and not test out anything and just let my body recover for next week. I didn't get to do anything more than the pull-ups and the deadlift today because I was tired and I was just low on time. I had to catch up on sleep today, so I slept like 2 hours after having done the dumpster diving and cleaned up some stuff. So I will try actually tomorrow to just do the accessory work that I need, which is gonna be lateral raises. It's gonna be preacher curls, and it's gonna be Bayesian curls, and then it's gonna be triceps of choice. And if that feels good, like doing that separately, I might begin to spread out my work more, because I think the more that you can spread out your work, if you have the time for that, the more progress you are going to be able to make. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Because you're going to give yourself extra time to recover. It's just that it takes extra time going to the gym and back home. And if you have like 20 minutes, something like that, you probably don't have time to go 7 days a week. But if you can split up a training, like for multiple days, that's going to be way more beneficial. Instead of training, you wouldn't do like the whole leg day on just one day, right? So you're going to split up and do 2 leg days over the week. But what about splitting that up that same volume and doing that over 3 days, even if it means you have leg days where you're only doing like squats and then Romanian deadlift and then some calves, or you're not just doing squats and leg extension and you're not doing anything for the posterior chain. You're just gonna be doing more, like you're just gonna be doing less on the same day, so you're still able to recover from it, even though you're training legs like every second day or third day, and not having the so-called 72 hours in between. So I think that's something I'll just try to play with. It's already working good with my lateral raises and my triceps, because what I realized there was that I'm so conditioned from all the handstand push-ups I've done in the past, that for me to get sore triceps I have to do a whole lot of volume. So I was like, if I'm not even getting sore, am I even seeing progress? Because getting sore in itself doesn't mean that you're getting stronger. It just means that if you're broken down your muscle, cause muscle damage essentially. But to get stronger, obviously, you need your muscle to recover, supercompensation to occur. So if you can do that, then you're gonna get stronger. But what soreness does tell you is that you're actually doing enough to stimulate your muscles. So in that way, it's good. Like, soreness comes because of doing more than you have before, more volume, high intensity, a lot of metabolizing the muscles, more focus on the eccentric, more weight, progressive overload, all of these things which are linked to hypertrophy. I think when soreness can be very beneficial is when you are not getting stronger. So if you're not getting sore and you're not seeing any progress, then it's probably a good idea that you actually try to get sore, because then you know that you have stimulated your muscles. But on the other hand, if you are never getting sore but you are seeing progress, then you can probably just keep doing what you're doing, and when you stop progressing, and if you're still not getting sore at that point, then probably up the volume a little bit, or up the intensity, like do something that you're not used to and try to get sore, so that you know you're still stimulating the muscle enough for something to happen. Anyway, that's it for today, and we'll see you for what is going to be an interesting session tomorrow with just like arms and shoulders.